Follow the green cookie crumbs. That's what I'm doing.
What's going on here? Where's my loot plotting not working now? What the fuck is going on?
You said it's broken again.
Yeah. Supplies, eh? Apparently I'm back to not being able to plot jumps over 1,000 light years again. I don't know why.
Ooh, okay. Oh, I see. So in a daisy now, apparently you're gonna be able to overheat your gun, which I find pretty cool. Okay, damn that scorpion.
And again, I just plotted to 3,000. What is going on? Oh well, I'll do. News.
As you wish. Raises questions about INRA. The murder of Imperial Senator Nestor Cartesius has led to widespread public speculation, along with an increased interest in the activities of the Intergalactic Naval Reserve Arm. Dr. Oscar Kincaid, an Alliance historian, examined the backdrop to the case. The INRA has always been viewed with suspicion. Contemporaneous records suggest that it was involved in biochemical warfare against the Thargoids during their original incursion in the 3100s. There were even rumors of experimentation on live Thargoid subjects, but at the time many saw this as the only way to halt a superior hostile force. Why this shadowy operation from 1.5 centuries ago should now result in an Imperial Senator's death is a matter of
Elite
conjecture.
news.
But there are many
Why is the
documented
plotting
cases
broken?
of retroactive retribution, where one family or its followers seeks atonement from another. History's course is often diverted by the flow of bloodlines. Past Fernandez, chief editor of an independent media outlet, made more candid observations. It's clear that the killer was motivated by the recent discovery of Commander Jameson's ship, and the logs that prove he was manipulated and sacrificed by the INRA. If one of Cartesius's great-grandparents was responsible, of course that would make him a target. And although it's hard to condone murder, it's also difficult not to see this as an ethically grey area. The INRA's betrayal of Jameson is a monstrous injustice that cries out for redemption. Imperial news feeds featured an appeal from Senator Pal Vespasian. The loss of my friend and colleague in the Senate is a terrible tragedy. I ask that Nestor's family be given space to grieve. Captain Neum Suetonia, who is leading the IISS investigation, also released a brief statement. Assumptions regarding Senator Cartesius's death are unhelpful at this stage. We are currently pursuing forensic leads from the crime scene as well as undertaking background research. I will keep the public apprised of the facts. The biggest party of 3304,
I'm telling you one
the
thing, man, this
Vadimo
is gonna
Patrons
get
of Law, an
experimental.
imperial organization based in
I'll be
Vadimo,
there.
has announced plans to
Everybody
host an
goes
elaborate
everywhere.
soiree in the Vadimo system. A spokesperson for the organization elaborated on the nature of the event. Let's be honest, things aren't great at the moment. We've got aggressive aliens on the doorstep, and no one seems entirely sure what to do about it, so we thought, why not throw a big party? Give the people of Vadimo a chance to forget about their worries for a night.
Dude, you scared the
We
shit
want
out
this
of
to
me.
be the best party
What
the
was that
system
for?
has ever seen.
The
Or at
news
least the best
is
one of
saying, oh, there's
3304.
aggressive aliens on the
To ensure
doorsteps,
that
and
the event
no
is a
one seems to know what to do
success,
about it.
Vadimo
So we
Patrons of
thought,
Law
let's
has
throw a
placed an
big
open
party.
order for a range of commodities.
What?
And
That's the
promised to
news.
reward pilots who deliver these goods to Sikorsky Station. The organization has
Oh
also
my
placed a
God.
kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to guarantee that those delivering commodities to Sikorsky Station can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 26th of April 3304 and will run for 1 week.
Great, to get some
If the
deer
final
meat.
target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Utopia plans for humanity's extinction. An announcement from Simguru Pranav Vantau, leader of Utopia, has addressed the possibility that humanity may lose the conflict against the Thargoids. For many years, our SIM archive has bridged the past and the future by digitally preserving the memories of countless deceased individuals. Should there come a time when our physical selves no longer exist, it is the SIM archive alone that will preserve humankind's essence. As such, in these volatile times, our priority is to ensure that the SIM archive survives humanity's potential extermination. We urge all galactic citizens to join Utopia and help the collective soul of our species live on. Commander Solveig Smith, who has fought the Thargoids in the Pleiades, commented. Antal makes it sound like we are about to be wiped out, which is far from the truth. Things are tough right now, but we're a long way off having to convert the whole human race into software. A more practical concern was raised by Marquis Felix Novantico, a retired military strategist for the Imperial Navy. Pranav Santal's pessimism notwithstanding, an increase in security for his SIM archive is logically sound. The data it contains makes it a valuable prize for our enemy. Should the Thargoids gain access to it, it could lead to a better understanding of human psychology, and allow them to anticipate our tactics more effectively. Starport Status Update. This report presents the latest data on Starport's experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. Antonelli Station, HR 1201. Izar Arena, Dekonduni. Bo Orbital, Abast Simo. Ford Hub, Karga. Hutton Dock, Karga. Kanwar Orbital, Zutils. Solovyev Colony, Karkinas. Thomas Claim, Talin. Walker Port, Hit 14886. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure. Arley Point, Pehuti. Azimuth Dock, Omicron, Ursay, Majoris. Old Platform, Shiru Pathar. Borden Relay, Leap Shenyang. Bear Settlement, Hip 32350. Born Hub, Ami Makana. Bullied Chev Laboratory, Lensis Sector KMV, B23. Cannon Institute, Col 285, Sector IXT, D343. Eskridge Mine, Sapdara. Extra Refinery, Israel. Gaiman Beacon, Onyap. Holdstock Beacon, Camp Shadels. Kimberlin's Inheritance, Linces Sector MHV, B23. Noli Enterprise, HIP 32135. Picard Escape, Linces Sector DQI, C15. Pike Works, Agarama. Hureshi Enterprise, Kaka. Ramus R&R, Cardia. Robinson Landing, HIP 32350. Russell Platform, Alcaliwana. Shake Mines, Agarama. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. Imperial Senator Nestor Cartesius has been found dead at his home on Capitol. His death is being treated as a homicide. A note found at the crime scene, and believed to have been written by the murderer, read, "For Jameson." It has been confirmed that Nestor Cartesius was descended from a senior member of the IMA, and it is assumed that the motive for the killing was revenge, driven by perceived misconduct on the part of both the INRA and the Senator's ancestor. Independent journalist Uma Grant has published an article on peace activist and former federal president Jasmina Halsey. In the article, Grant is open-minded about Halsey's claims of encountering superintelligent beings, while suggesting that her statements might be designed to cultivate a following among the disenfranchised. Grant concludes by saying, whether she is a visionary, a lunatic, or a brilliant political manipulator remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Angeli Imperial Enterprises has announced plans to build a Bowman-class science vessel. Once complete, the megaship will research life on Earth-like worlds, and allow the organization to increase the biodiversity of its crops. In support of this goal, Angeli Imperial Enterprises has placed an open order for various commodities, and placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing to the campaign can do so safely. Finally, the Rheingold Electronics Org has announced that its campaign has reached a successful conclusion. Large quantities of research materials and mined resources were delivered to Wegner Market over the past week, allowing the Empire to proceed with the construction of a new pilot training center. A spokesperson for the Rheingold Electronics Org said, "As the dangers facing humanity become more potent, we must seek to cultivate the human mind, and unlock its boundless potential." And those are the main stories this week. Imperial Senator murdered. Imperial Senator Nestor Cartesius has been found dead at his home on Capitol. Regional media streams have confirmed that his death is being treated as a homicide. Captain Sutonia of the Imperial Internal Security Service conveyed the facts at a press conference. The body of Senator Cartesius was discovered in the early hours of this morning. There were no signs of a struggle, but we did discover a note that we assume was frameshift drive engaging, deliberately placed there by the murderer. The note read, "For Jameson." As is well known, last year the ship of historical figure Commander John Jameson was located, following his final mission. On behalf of the now-defunct Intergalactic Naval Research Arm. Presumably, this is the Jameson to whom the note refers. ISS analysts have confirmed that Nestor Cartesius was directly descended from a senior member of the INRA. We therefore believe that this crime is connected to the recent rediscovery of INRA outposts. Our working hypothesis is that the motive was revenge, driven by perceived misconduct on the part of both the INRA and Cartesius's ancestor. Captain Sutonia concluded by saying the investigation was ongoing. Emperor Arisalavigny Duval made a brief statement. The Empire has lost one of its staunchest charging the FTL drive. One whose name will never be forgotten. Rest assured that we will do everything in our power to find those responsible, and bring them swiftly to justice. Rheingold Electronics Org campaign concludes. The Rheingold Electronics Org has announced that its campaign has reached a successful conclusion. Large quantities of research materials and mined resources were delivered to the market over the past week, allowing the Empire to proceed with the construction of a new pilot training center. A spokesperson for the Rhine-Gold Electronic Sorg released the following statement. As the dangers facing humanity become more potent, we must not be overly reliant on technology. Instead, we must seek to cultivate the human mind and unlock its boundless potential. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their rewards from Wagner Market in the Rhine system. The Rekahu Project, Angeli Imperial Enterprises, one of the Empire's key suppliers of foodstuffs and other consumables, has announced plans to build a Bowman-class science vessel. The construction initiative, dubbed the Rekahu Project, will allow the organization to increase the biodiversity of its crops. Once complete, the megaship will be deployed to the PLAA AIN sector to research life on Earth-like worlds. The organization's spokesperson, Blaine Crichton, released the following statement. For a civilization with near limitless energy and the ability to cross the stars in the blink of an eye, how is it that we still have systems experiencing famine? The Rekahu Project is an effort to change that, and to find new ways to keep even the poorest fed. In support of this goal, Angeli Imperial Enterprises has placed an open order for various commodities, promising to reward pilots who deliver these goods to Kenai Enterprise. Charging frameshift drive. In the Blider Beru system, the organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those delivering goods to the starport can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 19th of April 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Peace in her time. Jasmine Halsey. Independent journalist Shakruma Grant has published an article. Peace activist and former federal president Jasmine Halsey. Grant has described the report as a wide-ranging analysis that addresses the political impact of a politician renouncing politics. Key extracts from the article are printed below. Some believe that Jasmina Halsey always intended to defect from the Federation and join the Alliance, where she currently acts as an advisor to Prime Minister Edmund Mahone. Others assert that after years of inhumane politics, her conscience broke through, that she sought meaning by helping others and striving for concord between the powers. But it was Starship One's destruction that transformed Halsey, something that she herself could not possibly have planned. Her subsequent visions made her politically toxic, at least as far as the Federation was concerned, allowing her to simply walk away from presidential life. In that escape pod, she escaped from more than an exploding ship, she escaped her previous self. Critics argue that Halsey's extraordinary claims of encountering super-intelligent beings and seeing paradise are meaningless without evidence. And yet, in a cosmos containing Thargoids and Guardians, can they be easily dismissed? Or are her outlandish claims designed to cultivate a following among the disenfranchised
There's a lot of
and make her
stations
into a
been attacked
messianic
and
figure? If Halsey is walking
like
a
50
deliberate
light
path,
years from the
it
sun
remains an
now.
unstable one. Many in the Alliance have questioned why their leader is taking advice from a former psychiatric patient, let alone an ex-federal president.
I didn't put
Whether
it
she's
that
a
way.
visionary, a lunatic, or a brilliant
Maybe they're
political
gonna try to blow up
manipulator
the
remains
solar
to be
system.
seen.
Yay! That'll be refreshing.
Starport status update.
You wanna
This
help them?
report presents the latest data on Starport's experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensor-related interference. Ultralaport, Monoto.
And then they're gonna place
Antonelli
the
Station,
bomb.
HR 1201. Bizarre Arena, Dekonduni. Bo Orbital, Abastimo. Corte Real Terminal, 1952, SETI. Hansen Station, HIP 95256. Harvey Ring, GI 606, 1B. MacDivan Port, Wolf 1022. Reed Dock, Monoto. Solovyev Colony, Carculus. Talos 1, Peregrina. Talos 2, Peregrina. Thomas Claim, Talin.
Well,
Y Delta Station, Carculus. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure.
since I
Berkiley
can't
Ring,
turn this
HIP
off
33368.
without
Pharma Laboratory, Lingdetti. Ford Hub,
getting
Karga. Hutton Dock, Karga. Canwar Orbital, Zutuls. Bremen's Respite, Coyote 368. Rand Dock, HIP 33368.
By the military bases.
Rigo Survey, HIP
We'll try some of the
22229.
rifles.
Towner City, V886 Centauri. Walker Port, HIP 14886. Wagner Market, Rind. Walheim Vision, Fulham. Young Station, Lingdetti. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. Princess Aisling Duval's comments about teachers have attracted a measure of support. One Imperial senator suggested that Duval had correctly gauged the mood of the people, while another commentator suggested that her comments were a sign of maturity. Meanwhile, an independent report suggests that piracy has declined since the return of the Thargoids. The author of the report has suggested that the presence of an alien threat has dampened felons' appetite for preying on fellow humans. Security forces in the Pegasus sector have refuted these suggestions, however. The Empire has announced plans to build a new training center for novice pilots, and has placed an open order for research materials and mined resources for use in the construction. Once complete, the center will be home to a state-of-the-art training program designed to create the next generation of starship pilots. In other news, astronomers based in the Sol system may have detected a signal from New Horizons, a space probe launched in 2006 with a mission to study various objects in the Kuiper Belt. One of the astronomers responsible for the find gave details of the object's approximate location, and encouraged explorers to seek it out. Finally, a spokesperson for the Atlas Corporation has announced that its campaign to build a megaship has reached a successful conclusion. A parallel initiative from the Privateers Alliance has also achieved its aims, after the organization's appeal for commodities was enthusiastically received by the galactic community. And those are the main stories this week. Pirates versus Thargoids. A new independent report suggests that piracy has declined across occupied space since the return of the Thargoids. Dr. Jin Ramir, who runs a socio-political think tank, made the following observations in her report. Statistics show a significant reduction in piracy and criminal behavior since the Thargoid presence has confirmed. Come under scrutiny until now. Has the presence of an alien threat dampened felons' appetite for preying on fellow humans? It's widely understood that communities become stronger when faced with a common enemy, so perhaps one positive consequence of the Thargoids' return is the dissolution of barriers between social groups. Alternatively, those attracted to piracy may find a greater and less morally troubling thrill in turning their weapons on non-human targets, whether or not their motives are altruistic. Criminal elements may be transforming into defenders of the very societies they have previously terrorized. But a spokesperson for security forces in the Pegasus sector responded. Dr. Ramir needs to get out of her comfortable office and into the black. The Kuma crew have raided dozens of systems in recent months, taking advantage of the fact that our forces are tied up with the Thargoids. Believe me, Archon Delane sees the Thargoids as an opportunity, not a common enemy. The pirates don't care if the galaxy burns, as long as their pockets are full. The Deers Alliance campaign concludes. A spokesperson
Że
for
nawet
the
jak jest Alpha
Deers
Centauri
Alliance
mamy bliżej,
has announced that its appeal for commodities has been
byłoby
enthusiastically received by the
potrzebna
galactic community, resulting in
generacyjny
a
lot,
massive
aby ją
influx of
osiągnąć.
deliveries to Chauvel Station. The
Znaczy, że
organization's base of operations.
nawet jakbyś była dzieckiem,
Construction will now begin on a
była
new
świeżo
military
urodzonym dzieckiem i
installation
oni
in
by
the
cię położyły do statku.
3368 system. Preparing for jump. To resist the Thargoid threat, the Privateers Alliance has extended its gratitude to those who supported the campaign. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their awards from Bard-Charvel Station. In the HIP 33368 system, Atlas Corporation initiative concludes. A spokesperson for the Atlas Corporation has announced that its campaign to build a mega lander array system has reached a successful conclusion. Hundreds of pilots supported the initiative by delivering commodities to ready market and by eliminating agitators in lander array, thereby allowing traders to operate safely. As the campaign drew to a close, a spokesperson for the Atlas Corporation released the following statement. Engaging jump. We would like to thank the pilots who helped us achieve our goal. We appreciate the assistance of each and every one of you. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect their awards from Ready Market. In the lander array system, Rheingold Electronic Sorg campaign. The Empire has announced an initiative to bolster the superpower's military strength. The initiative centers on a new training program designed to create the next generation of Starship pilots. A spokesperson for the Rheingold Electronic Sorg, which is overseeing the initiative, released the following statement. Over the past 6 months, a research group based in Akana has developed a state-of-the-art training program designed to cultivate applicants' reflexes, coordination, perception, and cognitive abilities. Provisional tests indicate that students in the full flush of youth, unburdened frameshift drive engaging superfluous knowledge, respond extremely well to the program, resulting in combat pilots of unprecedented skill. In support of this initiative, the Rheingold Electronics Org has placed an open order for research materials, which will be used to manufacture essential apparatus. The organization has also issued an appeal for a range of mined resources, which will be used to construct a dedicated training center for the new program. The campaign begins on the 12th of April 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately. Support for Aisling Duval. Princess Aisling Duval's recent comments about the effectiveness of Aegis have attracted a measure of support. One of the most prominent figures to express solidarity is Imperial Senator Paul Vespasian, who said, "One cannot accuse Aegis of being completely ineffective, but perhaps Her Highness has correctly gauged the mood of the people. A handful of minor victories is simply not enough to allay widespread fear of conquest. There can be no half measures in this situation. If we do not defeat the Thargoids, our civilization could fall." Meanwhile, Commodore Irene McAllister of the Alliance Defense Force said, "I can certainly refute Princess Duval's suggestion that the other powers have not made equal contributions to Aegis. She makes a good point, however, with regard to military strategy. Greater transparency around Aegis's long-term plans would lead to a more coordinated effort in resisting Thargoid forces." Past Fernandez, chief editor of an independent media outlet, focused on how the public might be starting to view the princess differently. "We know that Ashley cannot be seen as the stereotypical heiress, materially prosperous, but intellectually deficient, but could this have been a public mask that she is preparing for jump? Now discarding? Or perhaps the young princess is finally maturing, and developing some genuine critical faculty? Either way, it's no surprise that she's found an audience, something she has always excelled. Signal could be ancient probe. Astronomers based in the solar system may have detected a signal from New Horizons, a space probe launched in 2006 with a mission to study various objects in the Kuiper Belt. One of the astronomers responsible for the find said, "New Horizons was launched over 1,000 years ago, so this is potentially quite an exciting discovery. We haven't been able to pinpoint the object's precise location, but our data indicates
Now I'm
that it is
following
approximately
Blue Brick Road.
1,726,716 light seconds from the Sun, and 1,526,050 light seconds from 90377 Sedna.
Still streaming
Perhaps
if you're
some
interested.
intrepid explorer will seek it out and confirm
Yeah,
our
I'm an elite.
suspicions.
Oh, you're in
Starboard
VR, are you?
status update.
Yeah.
This report presents the latest data on
Engage friendship
Starboard's
drive.
experience in engaging jump.
Yeah, but you're always only saying
As
that
a
you're in the
result of
VR. We all
Thargoid
know that you
sensor-related
own in it.
interference. The following starports are currently closed: Bow Orbital, Abast Samo, Corte Real
Come
Terminal,
on, man. Be honest, that's why you
1952,
bought it.
Oh yeah.
Virtual reality.
SETI, Harvey Ring, GI606, 1B, Bizarre Arena, Dakonduni, Cayley Enterprise, Wolf 359, Macdivit Port, 1022, Soloviev Colony, Karkunas, Stabenau Reformative, Peregrina, Talos 1, Peregrina, Talos 2, Peregrina, Wee Burdock, Mean, Y Delta Station, Karkunas. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure: Altshala Port, Monoto, Antonelli Station, HR1201, Beadle Port, Pyama, Hansin Station, HIP 95256,
Engage
Reed
friendship
Dock,
drive.
Monoto. Charging frameshift drive. Thomas Claim, Talin. Genesis of the Thargoids. Professor Cora Shaw, director of the Palin Institute, has published a paper speculating on the origin of the Thargoids. Extracts from her paper are reprinted below. Considering the Thargoids' impact on our civilization, it is disturbing that we still know so little about them. Information from Guardian sites is shed light on the Thargoids' ancient history, but it's clear they were an established spacefaring species long before they encountered the Guardians. So where did the Thargoids come from? We know that the Thargoids are insectoid in nature with an affinity for ammonia-based worlds. This suggests they may have evolved in a harsh, low-temperature environment, which might explain their overdeveloped survival instincts and aggressive nature. But we also know the Thargoids are experts in bioengineering, so they may have augmented their own biology to a point where natural evolutionary processes meaningless. Since much of the Milky Way remains uncharted, the Thargoid homeworld might be just beyond known space, or on the other side of the galaxy, if it exists at all. It's possible they are now in a species, existing entirely in space, or within fabricated hives of some kind. It may even be that they have journeyed across millions of light years, from Andromeda, or beyond, like a swarm of locusts seeking fresh crops to consume. Other theories are more esoteric, but worthy of exploration. We know that their vessels are capable of hovering in hyperspace, suggesting that which space is comfortable for them. Could living beings actually originate from hyperspace? Alternatively, they may be using hyperspace as a conduit from a dimensional plane entirely separate from real space. The Thargoids may not just be extragalactic in origin, but extra-universal. New designs from technology brokers. A range of new Guardian-inspired modules are now available from the galaxy's technology. Charging the FTL drive. These modules have been developed by the engineer Antar, following his acquisition of data from Guardian sites. Pilots can now purchase a Guardian power distributor, a Guardian FSD boost, and a Guardian shard cannon. The cannon is available in both fixed and turreted versions. An independent engineering specialist made this comment. These Guardian-human hybrid modules offer additional resilience and firepower, both very welcome to commanders flying combat missions. By taking advantage of the Guardians' expertise, we may be able to replicate their success in fighting the Thargoids. Week in Review. Here are this week's major stories. Aegis has constructed 2 megaships, the Acropolis and the Vanguard, to help counter the Thargoid threat. These ships will coordinate anti-Thargoid operations and support independent pilots. Aegis has confirmed that both vessels will periodically relocate to wherever they can be strategically effective. Meanwhile, many members of the Pilots Federation have responded to the recent Aegis report detailing the Thargoids' history. One commander admitted he was disturbed to discover that the Thargoids had been around for millions of years, and that even the Guardians had found it difficult to stop them. But other pilots were more forthright, with one reminding the galactic community that the Thargoids are not invincible. In other news, conflict has erupted between Ross 310 Natural Services, the controlling faction of the Ross 310 system, and the Ross 310 Cartel, a criminal organization also based in the region. It is understood that the Ross 310 Cartel, charging the FDL drive, is attempting to overthrow Ross 310 Natural Services and assume control of the system. Both organizations have issued calls for aid, appealing to independent combat pilots for support. The EG Union has announced that its campaign to build a shipyard in Ross 720 has received the wholehearted support of the galactic community. Hundreds of pilots supported the initiative by delivering commodities to Lyakov Dock and by eliminating agitators in Ross 720 and surrounding systems, thereby ensuring the safety of traders. And those are the main stories this week. Stop. Order status update. This report presents the latest data on starports experiencing technical issues as a result of Thargoid sensory interference. The following starports are currently closed: Corte Real Terminal, 1952, SETI, Bow Orbital, Abast Samo, Harvey Ring, GIC. 061B. Meanwhile, the following starports are on the brink of closure: Izar Arena, Dakonduni, Big Papas Base, Andrimi, Kalian Mars, Wolf 359, Dionysus, Hit 17044, Gardner Port, Siliki Islands, Malanchenko City, Koma, Magdivit Port, Wolf 1022, Soloviev Colony, Karkinas, Stabenow Reformatory, Peregrina, Talos 1, Peregrina, Talos 2, Peregrina, Wee Burdock, Meme, Y Delta Station, Karkinas. Order restored in Ross 310. Authorities in the Ross 310 system have confirmed that the conflict between Ross 310 Natural Services and the Ross 310 Cartel has come to an end. Both factions received support from independent combat pilots, to whom generous rewards were promised. But ultimately, there could be only one victor. Pilots who participated in the conflict can now collect their rewards from Mori Port in the Ross 310 system. Aisling Duval criticizes Aegis. In a public interview, Princess Aisling Duval leveled criticism at Aegis in relation to the ongoing Thargoid conflict. The people are scared, she said. They fear that their way of life, their very existence, might vanish unless more is done to protect them. I'm not convinced Aegis is capable of doing so. The Empire has invested heavily in the organization. Are we sure the other powers have done the same? It has taken far too long for Aegis to determine why the Thargoids are attacking, and it's not clear what their strategy is now. If we are to trust them to defend humanity, we need to see more obvious progress. Although Princess Duval has received some support for her viewpoint, the Federal Times offered a sarcastic rebuttal. Upon barred from undertaking scientific research, developing defensive systems, producing anti-Thargoid weaponry, creating the Eagle Eye surveillance network, building 2 military megaships, effectively engaging Thargoid forces in combat. What has Aegis ever done for us? A media spokesperson for the Alliance was equally dismissive. This is nothing more than public posturing, an attention-seeking gambit from someone who is no longer as
Just reading the log.
newsworthy as she once was.
Apparently, they're
Aegis
gonna
has
be
made
the
incredible.
ragdoll models for dead bodies and for unconscious people. You will be able to play death.
Engage frame shift drive.
Which
Charging
is
frame
very
shift
interesting.
drive.
Or you have to jog yourself or something.
No. You basically just like, you drop dead.
Okay.
Obviously, if they check your pulse, they're gonna find out that you're alive. But you can, like, say set traps or something. And also, when the ragdolls are implemented, you will be able to drag people. So say, like, you put somebody in the shackles, and you punch him in the head, render him unconscious, and then you can just, like, grab him by. I mean, we were wondering about that on Discord as well with that guy, and some bloke came with the idea that when it's gonna be ragdolls dragging, maybe it's gonna be like just the limbs gonna be an anchor point, so you can grab them by head or arm or leg or torso, and then drag them. It's gonna be interesting. I'm in the quads now right now.
Engaging jump.
Not one zombie in sight. But I came prepared with my AKM. Never know. Oh, and they fixed the can opener. Get stuck in your hands and you open a can. Shit. That was
Engage frame shift drive.
Preparing for jump.
were wolves. Definitely wolves. Okay. Seems like I repelled them. Guys running away. Okay, Mr. Wolfie. Give me a minute.
Engage frame shift drive.
Frame shift drive engaging.
He is there. Oh, well. I have a megaphone. I shit you not. I can turn it on. Hello, hello.
Calling all zombies. Free food.
Oh, it doesn't have a battery, but I'm taking it with me. I'm gonna definitely want to find a battery and find this how this works. So I have a radio somewhere. Megaphone. Funny thing. What's that? Battery. Also, they change all the door. It's like the doors you can't access. They have sort of like barring on them, so you can tell which doors you can and which you cannot open.
Oh, that's good.
That is very useful. I mean, it's a small thing, you know, but it's a neat thing. I need to find because that's a well right there. That's where I can. Oh, but since we pick up that ammo, did we pick up that ammo? Yes, we did. Where is it? 4 rounds. Okay. Take the gun. Detach the mag. Okay, 3. Also, now you can craft a different color of how do you call it? The thing that you tie to your arm.
Armband.
Armbands, yeah. So you can like, you know, when you find some people, you can tell the difference. So I can put here. What I need to do. Hello, chicken. I meet the cows as well already. There's like herds of cows.
Have you tipped a cow yet?
What?
Have you tipped a cow yet?
How do you tipping a cow?
Just push it over.
How is that working? I mean, how's that gonna work?
Well, in real life, I think you generally wait till they're asleep. Just push them over.
Is that one of those urban legends that you have in the cities?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, I just... To be fair, with you cows lying down when they sleep in?
Not all of them.
No, all of them.
No, not all.
Cows, they sort of like fold the legs underneath them.
That's when it's going to rain.
Oh, oh, you killed me there. Oh, that was a good one. So, according to the city people, it's gonna rain when the cars are lying down.
Yeah.
That's a good one. No, dude, that's when a fly's flying low. That's when that's gonna happen. But I mean, even if the cows were sleeping stand up, I do not think that you would be able to tip them over because they are quite big and heavy.
Yeah, well, you definitely have to use a big lever.
More like fucking cannon.
Yeah, you get like a long
fucking
piece of
sledgehammer.
timber. You get a barrel and a long piece of timber.
I think Archimedes would be proud of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, you made my day, literally. I mean, that was too good. That's gonna go somewhere, either on a Twitter or on a Facebook. Not the tipping of the cows, but the cows lying down when it's gonna rain. Because that is absolutely epic. Tipping up with a cow and it's sleeping. Yeah. I mean, if you want animal that sleeps standing up, that the horses do that. By the way, yeah, horses sleep standing up because they sort of the ligaments when they sleep they're like little sticks. They literally they're so firm that even if they're like faint or whatever, they keep standing straight up. I mean, if you met extremely calm horse and made him to stand upright still, and then mash him on the head with a hammer, he would literally you will render him unconscious standing up.
It's harder to tip horses.
What is it with you and tipping animals over? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. I was just tipping over some cows behind the house. The cow. I was discussing it with Anna. As a matter of fact, the cows spending most of the time on their bellies. Yeah.
Is this some kind of like meditation ritual they have?
Yeah, they spend most of their brain capacity on digesting.
They're doing yoga?
Yoga cows. I thought pandas were doing yoga.
Excellent. I've heard of cow pats, but not cow mats.
What is it? Cow pats? I don't know what that word means.
Cow crap.
Oh, cow crap. Ah, okay. So it's cow pats. I mean, it's cow crap.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. No, it's nice talking about the cows. What's wrong with talking about the cows?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So pats. How does that word actually came to be? It sounds like it came to be from the sound that stuff make when it plops down.
Well,
Then it should be cow plops. Hey, police station. Shit. Okay. That's my axe. Need to do some chop chop. Cut down the trees.
I bet you could turn cows into a really slow form of transport. So you could have like Uber cows taking you around town.
Oh, that's a good one with that Uber cows. But no, you could not call them Uber cows because that would make them think that they are like above everybody else. But yeah, I believe cows were used for transport back in the day. Must have been. Otherwise, they're not always ride fucking horses. You couldn't have a horse. They were more user-friendly domesticated animals. Oh, fuck off. Can't light it because it's not fucking safe here. Oh, give me a fucking break. Let's cook some steaks.
Have you heard of a service called Lendify?
What the hell is that?
It's like private people lending money to other people. So I guess it's like replacing a bank to do a loan.
To be fair with you, not about Lendify, but I heard something else like that. We were suggesting it to our customers actually. When they were buying machine, basically people sort of like lend them money like in investment. You know, so basically you set your business or whatever, and that's the amount of money you need, and then the people just basically give a part of that money for you,
Yeah.
and then you pay it back with interest, obviously.
Yeah. I'm thinking
So,
I might look into that.
or to lend the money to someone, or you
Well, if I did
somebody.
lots of small loans with very low interest rate, I'll make over short periods.
Are you becoming a loan shark?
I might just do that.
Infwhale, the infamous loan shark. That's gonna be very confusing for people, you know that?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're infwhale and it's gonna be a loan shark, so they will not know what fish you actually are.
Yeah, maybe it's not such a good idea.
I mean, if you can do that, you know, it's. I'm not sure about Lendify, but you know, this site that we were suggesting to the customers, it was, in my opinion, right, it was more sort of legit because you lending the money to businesses, like to buy machinery or you know to invest in something, right?
Yeah.
Where you know, so you had almost certain assurance that the money is going to come back, you know, where you know when just lending to people, you know, fucker it is, so you know you might never get your money back. You know, there's always the risk, you know, have to take in consideration.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, if I'm lending somebody like fucking 20 quid, I don't really fucking care. But you know, if I'm lending somebody from 5 to 20,000, you know, it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I probably only get involved in smaller loans.
But what is a small loan for you?
Yeah, like 100, couple of 100 quid.
Okay, so basically like, yeah, so you turn yourself in a loan shark.
Yeah.
Get through the month money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Loads of people do that. But the problem is the interest rates of the banks is like between 10 and 30%. So why not do it at 2%? Yeah, just real small.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Let's see if I can plot any further now. Oh yeah, well, with all the stars gone.
Somebody stole them.
Yeah, someone stole all the stars. They've all disappeared. There we go.
Oh! Okay, I'm dead.
Oops.
Okay, that was a bad idea to climb the ladder.
Killed by ladder.
No, it was as he was climbing the ladder, right? It didn't register him on that ladder. He was basically like he was climbing in air, and when he get to the top of the chimney, he wasn't on the platform, so it just popped him off. So he fell from like fucking 200 meters.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm about halfway to Sajay now.
Are we still on our way to Sajay?
Yeah. I figure there's no point going back to the bubble.
To where?
The bubble.
Yeah, I mean, so you're running away like everybody else.
Yeah.
Throw the party in the Sajay.
Yeah. Engage frameshift drive.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Still got a fucking crew member on board. Fuck. Still got a crew member on my ship.
You still have a crew member.
Ain't doing jack shit. I'm just going out in the middle of nowhere, just sitting there for the ride. Bastard.
Puta madre. Co będę wyjął? Co było najwięcej śmieszne? Nie, teraz byś to mówiła. Dostałabyś się na to i za pół roku byś to wykonywała. Okay, I'm black.
You're black.
I'm a black dude. Is that a zombie? That's a zombie. Because he is a full of shit, you don't need to pay TV license. A latać nie potrafi? I tego pierdziet. Yes, your colleague from work is full of shit. Oh shit.
Engage frame shift drive.
Charging frame shift drive.
Engage frame shift drive. Engage frame shift drive.
Jumping.
System map.
System cartography.
Engage frame shift drive.
Jumping. System map.
Engage frameshift drive.
Engaging jump. Change camera.
Bardzo przyjemny sposób go zabijają, naprawdę. Nie zdążyły, tak? Bo są idiotami?
external camera.
Change camera.
System map.
System map.
Engage frameshift drive. Engage frameshift drive.
Preparing for jump.
Engage frameshift drive.
Charging the FDL drive.
Engage frameshift drive.
Preparing for jump.
Engage frameshift drive.
Jumping. Charging the FTL drive. System cartography.
Engage frameshift drive.
Jumping.
System map.
System map.
Engage frameshift drive.
Engaging jump.
Engage frameshift drive.
Charging frameshift drive.
System map.
System cartography.
Engage frameshift drive.
Frameshift drive engaging.
Engage frameshift drive.
Charging frameshift drive. System map.
Engage frameshift drive.
Jumping. System cartography.
Engage frameshift drive.
Engaging jump.
frameshift drive.
Preparing for jump.
Open system map.
System map.
External camera.
Change camera.
External camera.
Change camera. System cartography.
External camera.
Change camera.
External camera.
Change camera.
frame shift drive.
Jumping.
Engage frame shift drive.
Frame shift drive engaging.
Engage frame shift drive.
Charging the FDL drive.
Open system map.
System map.
Engage frame shift drive.
Preparing for jump.
Open system map.
System cartography.